Hey, welcome to Women Wednesday, everybody. We are live. I'm so excited. That music I don't know if you guys are bopping to it too, but it gets me kind of going. Welcome to Women Wednesday. I do have a guest today, guys. So just want to give you a my name is Sandra Noemi Torres. I am the founder and president of United Latinas, an organization created to empower and help Latinas become better leaders, all of us, so the community is rising. So excited to be with you guys here today. We have a lot of work ahead of us. I think every day is about having a lot of work ahead of us, right? We want to make a difference, we want to make change, and we want to empower each other. So today's segment for Women Wednesday, I am going to bring in my guest, Georgette, aka Gio. Welcome.
Hi.
Welcome. Hi, Gio. Now you put Gio. I call you Gio because you put Gio as your nickname in your Slack, right?
Yes.
So most people call you Gio.
Yeah, most people outside of work call me Gio, or even some people in work too.
Yeah.
Depends on the person.
Yeah, I like it. I like Gio. Works. So welcome. So tell us about you. We want to know about you, what it is that you do, where you are, what's your message. Give us some background on you.
Oh my goodness. Okay, big questions already. So to everyone, I guess, tuning in or watching, hi, my name is Georgette Cartagena, and I am a Boricua born on the mainland. Let's put it that way. So I am a human resources professional here in Palm Beach County. I am certified through the Society for Human Resource Management. I am currently working as an HR generalist at a local organization. Very excited, as well as just trying to get connected to other people in the community. That's how I found United Latinas on LinkedIn. I was so excited because I was very close to the Hispanic community during my college career or journey when I was at Florida State University. And so when I came back to Palm Beach, it was very important for me to kind of connect with that group kind of over here and just be able to continue the whole journey of just bettering myself and helping other people grow as well. So that's, I guess, a little bit about me as a person. I don't know, Sandra.
I love that. No. And what kind of like Hispanic socialization did you have when you were in school? Like besides the friends that you had, were there communities or groups
Yeah,
or
so I very quickly became involved with the Hispanic Latino Student Union at Florida State. Um, began my student leadership journey with them, just kind of helping create mentorship programs for high school students between high school and college and kind of helping to bridge that gap. The organization as a whole just was really there to support the Hispanic students on campus and anybody on campus who was interested in Hispanic culture and kind of educating themselves.
yeah.
So we did a lot of just like culture events highlighting the different affiliate organizations. So they had Colombian students, they had the Venezuelan students, they had the Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans. Everybody had a student org that was associated with this kind of broader umbrella organization. And so we're able to highlight a lot of things going on at the countries, but then also within the US and kind of how that affected the different lenses of Latinos, right? So it was
Absolutely.
very important for me to just grow within that organization, and then coming down back to Palm Beach County, finding my way into that sort of like activism and advocacy lens. So joining United Latinas, becoming a part, and I guess a member of the Hispanic Business Leaders Organization. I'm currently involved with the Hispanic Latinx Alumni Network at Florida State University. So we created a new network this year for Hispanic alumni through Florida State. So we're just getting our feet wet with that and trying to build from the ground up, as well as another organization I'm a part of called the New Leaders Council. It's a national nonprofit organization that's focused on just providing tools and training for young professionals to become agents of change within their community. So we do a lot of reflection exercises in terms of what are the causes that we want to advocate for, what are things that are going on within our local communities. And you can see kind of similarities between like Palm Beach chapter and Tampa or Twin Cities, I think, in the Midwest. There's lots of different chapters and lots of ways to get involved just as a person across the country.
Wow, I love that. And, I think that just kind of reiterates and resonates the idea that we are looking for that collaboration and that sisterhood and that brotherhood for people within the community that really understand our culture and understand our upbringing. And we need a lot of history has been not taught to us. Our education system is not really where it should be. And we miss out a lot of that. And I think that we culturally are drawn to each other, because we can almost like look for the history within each other, like the backstory. So I love that. So what, I know you have something else going on with Intern Gal or.
Yes. So through my experience as a fellow with New Leaders Council, part of the program requires that each fellow have like a capstone project, just something, pick a goal and kind of something that you can work towards that's part of your long-term plan. So again, looking at the long-term development of individuals.
Yep.
And so my project ended up taking my HR background and my experience as an HR intern, and Intern Gal was born. So it's essentially a talent development firm or organization that is focused on helping small businesses or nonprofit organizations establish internship programs so that they can build their pipeline for future talent, right? Because it can be really hard to find people with the right skill set. And so the thought process is, things are changing in the education system all the time, especially at the collegiate level. So the newer breakthroughs and things tend to be taught there. So why not access that pipeline early by creating an internship program and being able to assess for new skills and organizational growth potential for new hires by having a program like that.
Wow, I love that. That sounds like you're on a mission. So what is your mission? Like, what is your long-term goal? What do you see? What do you want to do? What do you want to accomplish? I know that's a loaded question, right? To some people, I don't know.
I guess so there's a couple of ways that I interpret that question, right? So the way that Intern Gal fits into my plan, or just plan in general of life, right, is I'm somebody who really enjoys helping people figure out how to further themselves and develop themselves. And so I know it was so impactful for me when I was at Florida State to become a student leader and learn those skills about early skills on people management and having to work as a team and collaborating and being able to think critically about the things that are going on within the world and creating my own opinion, right? And so accessing that pool of talent and exposing them early to what it's like to enter the workforce. For me, Intern Gal is about providing small businesses the tools that they need to successfully maintain a program, right? So making it sustainable and that it lives on and it continues to grow, but then also bridging that gap between the senior that's graduating and their first employment being related to something within their field. Because when I graduated, a lot of my friends, and myself included, had trouble finding employment within our designated fields that we went and got degrees for, right? We spent 4 years, thousands of dollars, depending on where you went to school, to get an education to go into a specific field, whether it be marketing or engineering or anything, right? And then graduating and realizing that there's not as much support as it seemed like now that we have our degree, but we don't have experience. So kind of getting people to get that experience early is really important to me.
Yeah.
And I guess just in general from there, that's what I like to do. I like to help. I'm very passionate about the field of HR and how we can do things better within the workplace and looking at processes. So just looking at the internship experience tends to mirror what's going on with the full-time employees, right? So if there are ways that you can make tweaks through this program, then why not apply some of those things to your overall employee experience and the life cycle of your employees?
Yeah. Now, what's the difference? I mean, because there are some paid interns and there are unpaid interns. So what is the difference for, I mean, besides a paycheck, but what is the, you know, some of them are going after credits. You know, I know there's a lot of, not virtual reality, virtual assistants, VA companies out there that are, you know, providing support to small businesses, entrepreneurs to kind of carry some load. How would an intern maybe be a better option, you know, for a small business?
Yeah, well, so it all depends on the organization's goals in general, right? Like you start there. So virtual assistants are really great because the skill set, they have the potential to grow on their own, right? Like you can work with a virtual assistant for one specific area or maybe to handle certain tasks for you. But then the benefit of interns is that person, not to say that virtual assistants are not hungry individuals, because they absolutely can be, right? Like that is one of the benefits of virtual assistants. But with interns, the experience tends to be a little bit different, right? Because the relationship implies that you as the organization are going to teach this person something, because they are going to take that experience back with them and apply what they're learning in school towards your organization. So it's kind of a trade-off of like the knowledge versus the experience, because you can have an entry level virtual assistant or administrative assistant just handling administrative tasks, but whereas with an intern, their focus, for example, might be marketing, right? So they're learning about new methodologies and systems and platforms within their curriculum that maybe you as a business owner might not have heard of or have experienced yet. And so that is a piece of knowledge that they can bring to the table, even though they're just kind of getting their feet wet with the employment.
Yeah. Awesome. I mean, I think that that's a lot of great information. And I mean, there's organizations that, like I said, that are really needing support now, where everybody's working from home. There's a lot of digital companies that are needing to outsource some work. And, you know, you consider that. I think people think the idea of intern is one thing or another, but it's good that you have developed this program where you're supporting organizations and small businesses with this. And you're in the HR field, which obviously makes sense for you. And it expands your network and your reach. So that's
Thank you.
great.
Yeah, it's. I mean, I myself have heard it, right? Like people sometimes don't want to hire interns because they don't know anything, right? But everyone started with zero at some point, right? So it's about finding the organizations that are willing to take that chance, and then also know that the earlier you engage with new talent and kind of bring them in and build them up, right? You can train anybody to do anything with good behaviors, good practices, kind of tailor them to the need of your organization, and build that engagement, build that loyalty that a lot of organizations have given certain generations kind of a bad rap for, right? Is, oh, nobody wants to stay very long because this is growth. Well, if you as an organization can show that there is a path, then you would have less of an issue with that turnover, right?
Yeah. Now, personality, I'm sure, has a lot to do with, I don't know, is there a way to measure inside what you're doing the personality of an individual? Because like you said, that hunger needs to be there. That desire and willingness to be a sponge and soak up all that, you know, all that education or knowledge from the organization needs to be there too.
Yeah, so you can, I would say that in terms of assessing like personality and fit, it's the same can be said for hiring just a full-time entry level individual, right? Like let's take it to that level. Depending on how strong your interview process is, can help not necessarily predict, but define how strong the new hire will be. Depending on if you're clear as to what you're looking for, what the outcomes for that person are going to be once they're on board, and what the training looks like, then you're setting up somebody to succeed. But if you bring somebody in who's hungry and you don't know what you're looking for, and you don't know what outcomes you necessarily want for this person to accomplish, then that experience just starts to detract from the overall engagement. So you started with somebody who was very excited, who was willing to learn and try different things, and over time just kind of pushed them back a little bit from that excitement and kind of dimmed that light, so to speak.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, how can somebody connect with you to learn more or get in touch or maybe get an intern for the organization?
Yeah, absolutely. So my website is interngal.com. That's GAL.com. And I guess, Sandra, we can probably put this in the comments or something.
Yes.
I can put my information in there, and just connect with me on LinkedIn. Check out my website, connect with me on LinkedIn, and I'd be happy to kind of ask a few questions, see if this might be a good fit for your organization.
Yep, for sure. Wonderful. It was awesome having you on today. I'm so glad. We were connected on Slack as well, which I want to remind you guys, if you're not on our Slack channel, we are building the largest Hispanic community on Slack. Join it. It is a bit.ly link. I'll put that also again in the comments, but it's bit.ly/HBL Slack, and it's case sensitive. So I'll put it in the comment section. But make sure you join. We're all connecting. We're growing as a community, and we want you to be a part of it. This is nationwide. I don't care. It's not just South Florida. I don't care where you are. But we have people from California, from New York, from Boston. So join it. You will not regret it. We will also have a Slack training number 2. We did Slack training number 1. The video will be posted up in the next few days. So you'll be able to learn how to use Slack and learn how to set yourself up for it. And then we'll be scheduling Slack number 2, I think, for the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. I think it's the 24th. So we'll put that
Awesome.
in the we'll make a flyer for that as well and an event. But thank you guys for tuning in for Women Wednesday with Georgette. To connect with United Latinas, just follow our pages, subscribe to our channels, and make sure you connect with us on LinkedIn as well on the United Latinas. Take care, guys. Be well, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.